Hello and a very good afternoon. It's 1 p.m. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. It's time for Verdict 2015 with me, Frank Pereira. Let's begin with this afternoon's Verdict headlines. Stage set for the fifth and final phase of elections in Bihar tomorrow. Around 1,033 companies of state and central paramilitary forces to be stationed to ensure free and fair polls. Grand Alliance complains to Election Commission over BJP advertisements in newspapers targeting Nitish Kumar. Deadline for Election Commission's notice to Amit Shah, Rahul Gandhi and Lalu Yadav ends today. Three leaders sent notice over remarks during election rallies. And reservation policy for women being seen as one of the reasons for a higher female voter turnout in the elections this time. Well, the campaigning for the fifth and final phase of the Bihar Assembly elections ended on Tuesday evening with 57 constituencies spread over 9 districts going to polls on Thursday. A total of 1,033 companies of the state police and central paramilitary forces would be deployed in the 14,709 polling stations in 57 constituencies. As many as 74,469 polling personnel would also be manning the polling stations. 827 candidates are in the fray for the final phase of the Bihar Assembly. Voters would decide the fate of several heavyweights, including many ministers and former ministers. This phase will also test the popularity of AIMIM leader Asaduddin Owaisi in Seemanchal region, which has significant presence of Muslims. Counting of votes will be held on November 8th.
We have with us the District Magistrate, Mr. D. Balamurugan, as well as the Superintendent of Police, Mr. Nishant Tiwari. Sir, how are the preparations going? What is it that you guys are doing to ensure that it's a free and fair polling?
Today, just a day before poll, we are doing briefing for Sector Magistrate. We have just completed, me and SP, the briefing of Sector Magistrate and the Sector Police. Actually, we have 155 number. They are going to carry the reserve EVM, and they have known the place because they are working for last 1 month. They know they are typically going to cover 10 to 12 booths. They are going to have a very good force. They know vulnerable tollas. They know each and everything. So we have briefed them, and we are going to brief PCCP, that patrolling collection party. They are going to carry the EVM and they are going to hand over the EVM to the polling booth. We are going to do that right now. They are also 485 number. We made all arrangements. Yesterday also we are moving into the field. Today also we are going to move into the field, and everything is ready. My polling personnel are moving into the booths. Yes.
Mr. Tiwari, you're the man in charge for the security in this district. There are more than 1,800 booths. What are the security arrangements which have been put in place? How many of them are sensitive? How many of them are ultra sensitive? You could give us some information.
Well, to begin with, we have a layered security arrangements, and as per the guidelines of Election Commission of India, we've been conducting elections on more than 1,800 booths here out in Pune. And 100% booths are, let me tell you, are covered by central parliamentary forces. They have been briefed, they are stationed, they are doing flag marches, night raids, everything. They are catching cash, which were there to lure voters. We have been catching a lot of illicit liquor, more than 40,000 liters, and we have fined vehicles under Motor Vehicle Act in tunes of 43 lakh crores. That is 10 times what had happened in earlier Lok Sabha elections. So we have done a record sorts of achievement thing.
Two top guns of Purnia, the people who are in charge for the election in this district, giving us details about how prepared the administration is for polling on 5th. With camera person Raj Thakur, Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV, Purnia.
Sanjay Kumar Sinha, Bureau Chief of the PTI, joins me for a chat this afternoon to talk about this. Sanjay Kumar Sinha, as far as the security is concerned, it's been watertight all throughout the 4 phases of polling, and even for the 5th phase of polling, it looks like the security personnel are well prepared and well equipped to handle the situation. Clearly, a pat on the back as far as the security personnel are concerned, as well as the Election Commission for carrying out smooth and free and fair polling in Bihar.
Yes, you are very right. Because of extra lot of security personnel, so far the election has been free and fair. There is no major untoward incident in any of the phases till now, and hope because the deployment of the security personnel, tomorrow also the polling will take place in a peaceful environment. So kudos to security personnel, particularly Central Paramilitary Forces, State Police. They ensured the election takes place without any incident in a peaceful environment. You know, many of these areas are Naxal affected, even in previous phases, but even in those places like Imamganj, Gaya, Kaimur, Munger, all known for Naxal violence, there have been no major incident in these places also. This shows how security personnel have successfully conducted election in Bihar.
You know, even the Election Commission has done a stellar job because we've seen high voter turnout as far as women voters are concerned. They've all come out in large numbers and voted this time around. Also, the kind of facilities that they had put in place in polling booths and polling stations was very good to ensure that, you know, if there was any kind of a problem, those kind of problems could have been addressed in several of those polling stations and polling booths. And the voter turnout has been much higher than 2010 and, for that matter, even 2014.
Yes, you are very right, because even I saw it in Patna, the election agents, they are very alert, very cautious and true to their job. And this time, for the first time, I'm seeing in Bihar, election is conducted in such a good manner. Even so many polling booths, some basic facilities which earlier used to lack are there. This model polling stations. It's a very successful experiment this time, which people of Bihar have seen for the first time. So I think voters are enjoying to go to booth, which otherwise earlier was not the scene.
Indeed. All right. Do stay with us. I'm going to come back to you for a reaction on the next story that we're tracking here on Verdict 2015 as well. Now, the Grand Alliance has complained to the Election Commission over newspaper advertisements by the BJP on front pages. The ad attacks Chief Minister Nitish Kumar for his silence on the issue of cow slaughter. The ads have come a day ahead of voting in the fifth phase in the Seemanchal region on Thursday. The Grand Alliance has said that this is a poll code violation and is aimed at polarizing the voters.
बीजेपी ने चुनाव आयोग के निर्देशों का उल्लंघन करते हुए ऐसे इश्तिहार देना कायम रखा है। हमने इसका विरोध किया है। चुनाव आयोग ने कहा है कि अगर उनके निर्देशों का किसी भी तरह से अगर उसको फॉलो नहीं किया गया है तो वो एक्शन लेंगे।
Sanjay, coming back to you for a reaction on this now, have you had a chance firstly to have a look at some of these ads? And you know, even in the past, we've seen that the Election Commission has banned 2 of the ads carried out by the BJP, asking the Chief Electoral Officer to ensure that such kind of ads do not appear in the newspapers in Bihar before election is concluded on Thursday, that is tomorrow. Now, another such ad has come out in the papers. Do you see the Election Commission taking cognizance of the matter and pulling up the BJP for the ad?
Yes, actually this issue also baffled me. Before coming to you, I did this news for my organization PTI. Actually, smartly such advertisements have come in vernacular newspapers in the areas which will be seeing voting tomorrow. So I was also finding in Patna, all the newspaper I perused through, but I couldn't find it. Then I talked to my correspondent, I found it's there in the vernacular newspapers in the area which will see voting tomorrow. So BJP, it's controversial advertisement, and despite of Election Commission warning no advertisement should be published in newspaper without permission approval from the election office. This advertisement is very explosive in the way it quotes Lalu Yadav earlier statement, Hindu also eats beef. Then his party colleague Raghuvansh Prasad Singh, like saints in earlier times used to eat. Then the comment of Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, nobody can stop me from eating beef, and it's asking Chief Minister Nitish Kumar to answer all these statements of his friends and colleagues. So it's explosive advertisement, particularly a day before the voting, and because you know many areas, particularly in Seemanchal areas, Muslim populations are the deciders. They are in sizable number. So such advertisement has the potential to provoke to disturb peace. Although security personnel are high on alert, but such advertisements are really provocative. Although no untoward incident has been reported so far, but there is a disquiet in all the areas where such newspaper advertisements have come. And Election Commission Grand Secular Alliance team met Election Commission Chief Electoral Officer in Patna just few minutes back. And another delegation will be meeting Election Commission of India in Delhi at 3 p.m. They have submitted a memorandum. They have complained about the advertisement. That also it's coming despite warning from the Election Commission and Election Commission of India. So the Election Commission here in Patna have assured they will seek report from the district magistrate from where such advertisements have come and will initiate suitable action after seeing the report.
All right, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us on the program and putting things into perspective for us and sharing your views on both those topics that we discussed here on Verdict 2015. It's time for a short break now, but much more lined up for you on the other side from Bihar. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tales that inspire, stories of social change. A salute to diversity, promoting public discourse. Events that motivate, inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries every Friday at 10:30 p.m., Saturday 12:30 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. Get live Rajya Sabha session. News, views, reports and analysis you can trust on social media. Subscribe, follow, like Rajya Sabha Television.
Back, you're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, Election Commission deadline to BJP President Amit Shah, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi and RJD Chief Lalu Yadav over their remarks during the Bihar elections ends at 3 p.m. today. The Election Commission had served notices to the three for violating Model Code of Conduct in Bihar and sought their explanations. Amit Shah has been asked to explain his firecracker remark. An explanation has been sought from Rahul over his BJP's Plan B comment, and Lalu has been asked to explain his cannibal remark directed at Amit Shah. Well, the Election Commission has a tough challenge in trying to check the use of black money. The Commission is using advanced technology to assist its officials with telling effect. Here's more.
Campaigning at fever pitch amid the reckless comments, claims, questionable actions by parties and functionaries. The Election Commission is having its hands full in dealing with model code violations. To keep an eye on the campaigners, it has pressed into service squads that travel in GPS-fitted vehicles.
जीपीएस लगा हुआ, इसका मॉनिटरिंग होता है सेंट्रलाइज, और हम लोग को निर्देश जैसे मिलता है आधे घंटे के अंदर वहां पहुंचते हैं.
Election Commission officials say that compared to the Lok Sabha elections, black money seizures have been more this time. While 6 crore rupees was seized in the 2014 parliamentary elections, action against all parties in the last 4 weeks has yielded 15 crore so far. 850 illegal arms have been confiscated, 1500 FIRs have been filed against various people including administrative officials.
जितनी भी फ्लाइंग स्क्वाड के व्हीकल्स हैं उसमें जीपीएस डिवाइसेस लगाने का और उसका ऑनलाइन ट्रैकिंग करने का व्यवस्था किया गया, जिससे जो ए कैटेगरी हाईएस्ट एक्सपेंडिचर सेंसिटिव कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज के जो टीम्स हैं उनके एक्चुअल मोमेंट और जो शिकायत मिल रही है कितना जल्दी जाके वो अपना अटेंड कर रहे हैं, इन चीज़ों को मॉनिटर करने का व्यवस्था किया गया.
The Election Commission has set up 24-hour call centers in all district headquarters. Anyone can call in with a complaint, after which the nearest flying squad team is rushed to the spot.
जैसे कि कहीं पर पैसा बांट रहे हों, कहीं शराब बांट रहे हों, कभी साड़ी बांट रहे हों, ऐसी कोई शिकायत आती है उसे वह टेलीफोन के माध्यम से बताया जाता है। हम लोगों के द्वारा उसे संबंधित जो पदाधिकारी हैं, जैसे जिस विधानसभा क्षेत्र में आरओ हैं, उड़नदस्ता है, बीवीपीटी है, जो भी है, उसके तहत उसको हम लोग सूचना देते हैं और उनके द्वारा कार्रवाई की जाती है।
The expenses of political parties on posters, banners, vehicles, cost of lunches and dinners are all added to the party tab.
There are parallel teams जो उनके खर्च को ऑब्जर्व करते रहता है, तो उससे भी आरओ और डीओ कंपेयर करते हैं कि कैंडिडेट जो डिक्लेयर कर रहे हैं हमारा इतना खर्च हुआ और उनके जो टीम्स ने ऑब्जर्व किया उसमें क्या खर्च है, तो दोनों में डिविएशन है तो उनको नोटिस करते हैं।
The Election Commission is taking all possible steps to ensure a free and fair poll, no doubt underscoring the special significance of these assembly elections. Pranav Goswami's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Bihar is one of those special states where 50% reservation is given to women at the panchayat level. Reservation policy has proved to be working for women, as in many areas women are doing better than their male counterparts. The scheme is also being seen as one of the reasons for higher female voter turnout in the elections. Here's a detailed report.
Anju Devi starts her day early, for she has to manage not only her daily household work but also her duties as a panchayat head for a village of 12,000. Little did she realize the direction her life would take with the introduction of the reservation policy for women. But it did in 2006 when the Bihar government introduced the 50% reservation for women at the panchayat level.
और उनके अंदर ये भावना है कि हम जागरूक होंगे तो हमारे बच्चे जागरूक होंगे। इसी को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए ये सब महिलाएं वोट डाल रही हैं और एकजुट होकर वो बदलाव लाना चाहती हैं, हर एक चीज मैनेज करते के चलती हैं।
55% of the 8,463 village panchayats in Bihar are ruled by women, which also explains why the women outnumber men when it came to voting in the 2010 assembly elections. 54.85% women voted as against 50.7% men.
लोगों में जागरूकता आई है। चुनाव आयोग ने भी बड़े पैमाने पे जागरूकता अभियान चलाए हैं। पुरुषों का पलायन बड़े पैमाने पर होता है, यह भी एक फैक्टर है। इसमें महिलाएं घर में रहती हैं, इसलिए वो घरों से निकलती हैं। दूसरा है कि महिलाओं को जो 50% आरक्षण मिला है, उससे भी इसका प्रभाव पड़ा है, तो ये मिला जुला असर है महिलाओं के वोट प्रतिशत बढ़ने का।
Literacy levels among women leaders, however, remain low, although they do make constant efforts to promote education among their children. Women representatives are also responsible for making the student cycle scheme a huge success. Not to mention the reservation policy has made them less dependent on their family members.
उनको सबके साथ समान व्यवहार करने का भी एक गुण होता है कि किसी के साथ अन्याय नहीं हो, भेदभाव नहीं हो। तो इसके साथ ग्राम पंचायत की जो व्यवस्था है उसमें भी बहुत सारी सुधार हुए हैं। जहाँ जहाँ महिला मुखिया हुई हैं वहाँ उन गाँव की आप स्थिति जाकर देखिए, उस ग्राम पंचायत में सभी का यही कहना है कि हमको बराबर दृष्टिकोण से देखा जा रहा है।
The empowerment has allowed women to also wage a war against corruption and alcohol addiction. Going by the trend, that's one big explanation why the queues for women have been longer outside the polling booths this time as well. With Ravindra Sharan in Patna, Bureau Inputs, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, it's time for another quick break now, but we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hottest topics.
If you can facilitate the opening up and the expansion of the international border trade, you can add to the economy.
370 धारा जो है वो जम्मू कश्मीर को मुल्क के साथ जोड़े रखती है।
Candid confessions.
The Congress has not been able to communicate.
We have to revive our links with the masses.
World-class healthcare is available to only a handful of people in this country.
Causing controversies.
A lot of leaders today think that they rule by divine right.
Now, media has become manageable.
Watch RSTV engaged personalities to the point. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m., Thursday, 1:30 and 5:30 p.m.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, 31% of the candidates contesting in Phase 5 of the Bihar elections have a criminal background. When it comes to fielding such candidates, no party has been left behind. Several of them have very serious charges, including murder against them. Here's a report.
No political party in Bihar can claim to have a clean candidate list. According to the report of the Association for Reforms, 31% of the candidates in Phase 5 have criminal background. In comparison to 2010 elections, this time, the list of candidates with criminal backgrounds has gone up.
अपराधी चरित्र के लोगों को हर एक पार्टी ने अपने तरफ से मनमाने तौर पे टिकट दिया है और धनबल का भी जो जोर है इस चुनाव में ऐतिहासिक होने वाला है। इस बार पिछले तमाम चुनावों के रिकॉर्ड को तोड़ने वाला है।
The BJP leads the list of parties that have given tickets to tainted candidates. It tops the chart with 95 out of the 157 candidates, making it 61% of its entire list. For the JDU, 58 out of its 101 candidates are tainted, which means a total of 57%. The RJD has fielded 61 such candidates out of its list of 101, which makes it 60%. The list of charges against these tainted candidates include murder, kidnapping and dacoity.
पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज पिलर्स ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी, उन लोग ऐसे क्रिमिनल्स को वोट दे के जा रहे हैं। और जो है ना, दूसरा ये भी आपने देखा होगा, ये बढ़ गया, जो पैसा वाला आदमी को ज्यादा दे रहे हैं। आम आदमी जो है ना लड़ाई कर नहीं सकते हैं, ऐसे हो गया नौबत।
Among the 3,450 candidates who are contesting the Bihar polls, 1,038, that means 30% of the total list, have criminal cases registered against them. In the first phase, there were 130 candidates with serious charges. That makes it 23% of the candidates. In the second phase, 142 candidates were tainted, making it 31% of the total list. In the third phase, out of the 808 in fray, 215 candidates, which means 21% of the total list, had criminal charges. And in the recently concluded fourth phase, out of the 776 candidates, 201 were tainted. Experts say such candidates are a danger for democracy.
दबंग जो होते हैं वो पिछड़ों को प्रभावित करते हैं, तो इस ऐसी स्थिति में वो जीत भी जाते हैं। तो जीत जाने से हर एक पार्टी को ये लगता है कि मैं ऐसे कैंडिडेट को लाऊं यहाँ पर जो कि हमको किसी भी तरह से ये सीट जीत कर दिखाए। ऐसे मामले में इससे राजनीति में उत्तरोत्तर ह्रास होता जा रहा है और अपराधी किस्म के अगर लोग संसद में पहुंचेंगे तो कभी भी हमारा समाज का विकास नहीं हो पाएगा।
All political parties have given tickets to people with criminal past, but will they be able to let the criminal proceedings against them continue unhindered if they come to power is the question on everyone's mind. Ravindra Shiran's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Seemanchal region in Bihar is still struggling with the issue of drinking water even after decades of independence. Even now, the promise of providing water to Purnia is still on paper. Poor quality water has meant disease for the population here. Several promises are being made during each election and it is not new this time around as well. Here's a ground report.
This is the Dalit colony in the heart of Purnia city. Adjacent to this colony is a water tank, but there's no water in it. The government also provided hand pumps to this colony, but it is in a state of disrepair. Even though elections are on in Bihar, people here are not hopeful of any change.
हम लोग के एक चुरुआ पानी भी नसीब नहीं हुआ। कई मरते नल से पानी इतना देने लगा जब हम लोग जाकर बोलबो किए तो उसका कोई सुनवाई नहीं। टूट फूट भी गया, कोई देखने भी नहीं आया।
घर द्वार नहीं है किसी का, न किसी का पैखाना है, न किसी का कल है, न कुछ ऐसा अपना न पानी लाकर ढोड़ के पीता अपना।
Whatever water is available is high on iron, and that is making people sick.
पानी में आयरन बहुत है, शुद्ध पीने का पानी भी गरीब को मयसर नहीं है। जो बड़े लोग हैं बोतल का पानी पी लेते हैं, लेकिन सबके लिए सुलभ नहीं।
Instead of addressing the basic issue of shortage of water, leaders are busy in mudslinging during these election campaigns. Water shortage has been an issue for decades here, and that is a reason that this area in the Seemanchal region is known by the name of Kala Pani. There is a large population that lives here, still awaiting clean drinking water. Shishir Chaube's report from Purnia for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, that's it on this edition of Verdict 2015. Have a good day.